Thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. Let's continue with the conversation. I might quickly go to our Abuja studio to Mr. Femi Adesina. Of course, the health of the president is something that has taken attention of a lot of people. And let me quickly read for you what a member, a chieftain of your party, said here. The suspended Honorable Abdulmummy Jibrin tweeted and said that the president, I see on camera, needs full home care, not office. Moderately quiet life, enough rest and quality time with his family. He went further to say that this is not as easy, but it is doable. I do not think PNB is obsessed with power. I only think the practical way to go about things is to do the key interests of those who are on can be an obstacle around the president for fear of losing their positions or relevance. He also went further to say that the president should opt for or encourage to accept a negotiated exit. The country cannot afford a sort of part-time president at this time. This question comes because the president even said he was going to return for more medical attention. Is the president planning to do that anytime soon? And what do you make of this kind of reaction to the president?
Okay. When the president came back on March 10, he addressed Nigerians. He said after some weeks, he will go back for a review. I think that's just laying the cards on the table. And the president should be commended for that rather than some people wanting to make it an albatross around his neck. He should rather be commended for being forthright with Nigerians. In a matter of weeks, I'll go back for a review. So the president said that, and for now, there is no cause for us to say he will not go. But whenever he is going, he will make Nigerians know. Now, the second part is that rep has given an opinion. He has a right to his opinion. We don't begrudge him that, and nobody should begrudge him. But his opinion is just his opinion. It's not the gospel. So if he says, well, the president, he thinks, needs home care, that he can't do the job, it is just his opinion. One vote didn't bring the president to power. Over 15 million Nigerians voted the president into office. So one person cannot say he should quit. So what he has said is his opinion, and he has a right to it.
When someone says that we do not need a part-time president, he then is saying that perhaps the president fully, maybe, has not been given all his 100%, considering that he was away for 50 days.
Yes, you need to be alive before you can govern. It's only natural that if a president falls sick, he should seek medical attention. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't even rule. So it's just natural that the president went away to seek medical attention when he needed it. And when you have been ill, to quote him, he said he had never been that sick in his life. Okay? So when you come back, you don't go charging it like a bull into your normal schedule. You walk yourself gradually into it. And that is what the president has been doing. And he's doing it effectively. I'm talking about being a power monger or not. We know it. Twice the president has had to travel for medical reasons. He has transmitted power to the vice president who became the acting president. So nobody can call our president a power monger.
So when is he going back?
I'm sure if I may come in, yeah.
Well, you know the day he came, he said after some weeks he will go. And that means when he is ready to go, it will be communicated to Nigerians.
Interesting. Since Senator Omo-Agege wanted to come in, let me allow you you answer to this question. The Nigeria electoral process, the issues that you brought up in the bill, the motion that you raised on the amendment of the Electoral Act. When we wonder, where are we on that now? There is the Committee on that is headed by Senator Ken Nnamani. Where do we have that? Where does that leave us when you've gone ahead? Are you going to consider that also, or where does that leave us?
Well, to begin with, before I even respond to that, let me just add this to what the spokesman to the president just said. Nigerians knew when they elected Mr. President that they were electing a 73-year-old man. The man never at any time represented that he was a machine. And we're all human. From day one, all we expected from him when he was elected is that he should surround himself with a crop of very capable people who will do the job. The question to be asking right now is that has he been guilty of a negligent recruitment? I would say no. He's been able to recruit very, very competent people who are giving him all of the assistance that he needs. So it doesn't really matter how much time he spends here.
Is it interesting that you're saying that, because if you consider, Senator Omo-Agege, if you consider that the senators have strongly stood against some of the propositions and some of the appointments made by President Buhari, when you say that, it makes someone want to laugh.
Well, we're talking about those he appointed to his cabinet to assist him in running this government. So far, so good. They're doing very, very well. I don't believe that the competence of any of the ministers has been called to question. They're doing very, very well. The economy, as we've just been told, is picking up. But now, let me move away from that and come back to the issue of the electoral reform that you just asked me about. Yes, this reform is already cleared the Senate. It's been sent to the House of Rep for concurrence. We expect that it will clear the House of Reps because while we were working on this in the Senate, especially during the public hearing that we conducted, we were assisted by PLAC. PLAC acted as a consultant to us. PLAC is also acting as a consultant to the House of Reps. And yes, I believe they're also acting as a consultant to the Presidential Commission headed by Ken Nnamani. Yes, what Nnamani is doing is a little bit different from what we are doing. The Nnamani Committee is not just looking into a review of the Electoral Act, but also a review of the Constitution. That is not our charge. In the Senate, we have the Ekweremadu-led Constitution Review Committee that is doing the same thing that Nnamani is doing. Our brief here, which is within our constitutional mandate, is to review this Electoral Act. We've done that, and we believe that the House of Rep will concur. They will concur because we took a very holistic approach. Everyone concedes that the reason why there was marked improvement in 2015 elections is because of the introduction of the smart card readers for purposes of accreditation. But a time came as we followed the plethora of litigations that went all the way to the Supreme Court that there's a threat that these gains, will be eroded, because the Supreme Court, in interpreting Section 49 of the Constitution, held that the only document recognized by the Electoral Act for purpose of accreditation is the voters' register. That inasmuch as the smart card readers were good innovations, there was no place in it, right, in our extant laws. And they therefore invited us, that if we felt that this was good enough, we should embed it in the Electoral Act. Okay. We took that challenge, we took that invitation, and that's exactly what we've done.
All right. Senator Omo-Agege, let me quickly come to Lagos, allow my other guests here to come into some of these issues that we were talking about. First and foremost, Yemi, the issues of the electoral process, what is being done, what Senator Ken Nnamani committee is doing. Do you see any synergy that's going to play out in the end on this one, considering the experience of 2015?